Hello, I'm Lia Zalums and thank you for joining me. This is part 2 of our 4-part series on the mental toughness psychology-based framework as a way of looking at leadership and high performance and well-being. Last week we spoke about confidence. This week we're going to focus on control, so being the second element in the 4-part model. Now, let's just recap what is mental toughness. Mental toughness is a psychology-based framework that was developed some 30 years ago by Peter Clough and Doug Strikarczyk and their psychology researcher colleagues. And this pertains to the quality or the trait that determines how effectively a leader deals with challenges, stressors, and pressure irrespective of circumstance. And this is defined by 4 dimensions, which enables us to look more specifically at behaviors and thinking models behind effective leadership. So the first element was confidence, and confidence pertains to that unerring belief in our abilities to succeed and our abilities to get a job done in a certain time frame. The dimension of control has 2 subgroups, one being life control, the other being emotional control. So a leader who has high levels of life control, that being defined as how strongly do we believe that we influence or shape outcomes. So someone who has a high level of sense of life control is someone who believes that what they do, what they say, what they stand for makes a difference. They're very good at planning and time management. They will take on multiple commitments. They will show initiative. They will often say yes to something and then work out how to do it. And they will focus on the solution rather than the problem. So these are the behaviors and attitudes you want to be looking for when you're looking to promote or hire into a leadership position. Equally then, the second component to this is our emotional control or self-regulation. How do we perform in a crisis? Do we look like we're in control even when we're not? When you think of the duck that looks so calm and elegant on top of the water and yet their feet are pedaling like mad underneath. So someone with a high level of emotional control is going to have all those big feelings that go on when there's an emergency, a crisis, disappointment, frustration, anxiety. They're not going to look like they have those feelings. That's not to say they don't have those feelings. This is about appropriate expression of those feelings at the appropriate time. And there are times when you as the leader, your team needs to know and needs to believe that you know where you're going, even when everything is looking like it's not going to plan. So someone, and again, this is where the impact of who you are being as the team leader is absolutely paramount to how your team is behaving. So if you want an inspired, invigorated, can-do team attitude, then this is what you need to emanate and express from your inner being. And what you will find is this ripple effect of that is going to impact people to rise. Their attitude, their energy, their belief is going to rise, and they're going to reflect that back to you. And this is how we all rise together and create a much more positive, can-do environment, ready and able to handle the ambiguity, the uncertainty, the craziness that is paramount in so many workplaces today. So someone who is high in emotional control, as I said, they will look like they are very difficult to annoy or anger because they will stay calm in a crisis, and they will respond rather than react. And they're very able to articulate how they are feeling, and they're appropriate in when they disclose and how they disclose those feelings. So equally then, someone who is not as skilled in self-regulation, as this is someone who's going to blame and shame when things go wrong. It's someone who's going to react in anger and get defensive when they're criticized or when things don't go to plan. They're going to either blame themselves or blame everything outside of themselves. And they're going to look and feel anxious. Now, this is a big issue, isn't it? Because mental health and mental stability is a major challenge in our workplace and in our society today. So doing this work, developing your skills at self-regulation, emotional regulation, appropriate disclosure of feelings, and working within those high pressure environments. This is so important that you keep developing these skills and getting stronger and better in this area. And so if you would like some help in that area, that's absolutely what we work on in our accelerated leadership program that is available for groups and teams. This is absolutely key to a high performing leader and high performance teams. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for next week, where we're going to cover the important aspect of commitment. Thank you very much for watching.